You're like my.
Oh,
Oh,
we're live.
we're live.
Oh, here we
Amazing.
are.
Yeah. Hi. We have one person. Hello.
Oh, that's
Oh
right.
my God.
3 people. Okay, this is gonna be
3.
a video
Okay.
too. So, hi, people.
Hi. Hi.
Jasmine, it's so good to see
I
you.
know. After our last live, we met up in New York, and that was just so much fun. It was
We
like,
did. We had a
it was
couple
like,
of
I
really
felt
good
like I
girl
just,
days.
we really did. Like, I was so inspired, and it's so funny to meet someone in person. Like you have the 2D, version of them, and then also the Substack, and then you
Yeah.
meet someone in person, and it's just like, oh my God,
Yeah, it's funny when you feel like you kind of someone already because of the internet. And then, sorry,
Exactly.
I sound like shit. I have a cold. I'm
Yeah,
on Dayquil, but
I'm a little out of it too. So,
probably sounds worse than it is.
it kind of, honestly, it sounds kind of sexy. Like I
Oh,
love, like whenever I have those like that, like sick voice, I always feel like kind of really cool.
I like it when it's raspy. This feels more
Yeah.
nasally, so I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
rasp is
Even,
kind of hot.
yeah.
What was I gonna say? Where did we go? Was it Cipriani? How do you pronounce it?
Yeah. Cipriani. Yeah.
Cipriani. We go in with no reservation on like a Friday
Mhm.
night, and they were like, "Oh, hello, Jasmine." They, like,
I know them from when I was a teenager. I can't believe some of them still work there,
there's like this star table, and I was like, "What is happening? What? Okay, I guess I gotta hang out with you in New York."
No, you had a lot to do with it.
They put us in the front and center in the middle of the like outdoor table, and I felt like we were really famous, and it was really fun.
It was really fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you have? You
And then we
had,
spent like hundreds of dollars on
well,
on an appetizer.
I had like a soup for $25 and I mostly ate like breadsticks. You can't eat gluten.
Can't
So
gluten.
you couldn't eat I like literally had like 10 breadsticks.
Yeah, you guys should
So
all subscribe to our Substacks because we can't afford to go to
yes.
so we can
And be
afford
paid
more than
subscribers.
breadsticks.
Yes. Like so I can eat more than breadsticks and a little like pea soup at Cipriani.
Okay, people.
Fine.
Okay, we're writers.
Oh my God.
So, like, we wanted to, Jasmine and I have been plotting this. Like, we want to talk about sort of how, like, dealing with comments and DMs and like people responding to our work, which honestly, I love that people respond to my work. I love it. I love building a community. Like, I want to hear from
Mhm.
people.
Me too.
I want to hear from
Yeah.
people in the streets. I want to hear from people in my comments and DMs. But some of them get really crazy, and it's hard not to like let that in. And I've been really trying lately to just kind of tune out the praise and the
Mhm.
bad comments, because I don't want it to like affect how I work and how I write. I don't, and also just me as it like, I'm kind of, I write about my personal life, but still I'm like, I still have a personal life behind the personal life that you all see. And I'm still like a sensitive creature.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Like I feel like sometimes, when I write, it's like my words are a sword, but I'm also still like very, and sometimes I think what I write about is sensitive, but a lot of the time there's like a strength behind it. And I feel like you too, like, because it's like this inner tiger at times. But I'm also, there are other parts to me, like this sort of more, I don't know, sort of like cozy, like kind of like girly, like, watch Netflix, like just really want to be cozy and, not really, just sort of in my, like really alone. But, and then there's that
little and
side to
squishy.
me. Yeah. And then there's that side to me that's like more like raw and so it's interesting how people perceive
Well, I
you.
think like when you write about your personal life, people think they can really comment on your personal life, like, in a really interesting way, which is is it's not like they're commenting, like, about the writing or the story. It's like they're really digging into, like, your own shit, which I guess is part of we kind of invite it to some degree with whoop, with what we do. But, I yeah, I don't know. I've definitely been sort of struggling with, like, the loss of control of, like, my image and my narrative, even though I'm, like, so clear about, like, what I say and do, people kind of just create their own shit. Anyway,
Yeah, and you have
everyone's projecting.
manthropology, and you have manthropology, and that's, like, had millions and millions and millions of views. So it's
Yeah.
sort of like you're really under the spotlight, from these people that think that they know you or can say whatever they want about you, and I think that's the thing with the internet is people think that they can say whatever they want. It's their, like, moment, their little soapbox, and a lot of the times they say really nasty things. And then they'll say really wonderful things, and you're right, like, you can't holding on to each one, you, like, don't wanna do it for validation or you don't wanna, like, be affected, but I do think it is nice when people say nice things because I think we're writers and we're artists, and it's nice to know that someone's moved, that it's not
Yeah.
going into a void or that, you're just so yeah.
I love it when women write me. But it's
Yeah,
usually men. Men have the
yeah.
most to say. Men have the most opinions about my life, at least. Women don't have, if they do have opinions about it, they keep it more to themselves.
Yeah. Well, I remember last time my former dentist wrote like a whole thing to me in my DMs about like how, obviously something happened to me. Like because I'm sharing my life and like do people think that we're putting our lives out so people can just like pick it apart and say like, "Oh, like let me help you." It's like, "No, no, no. I'm in therapy. This is my art." Like we take our lives and we create like, art out of it, and
Yeah,
it's
I think a lot of people don't realize it's art. Like, I dated a guy too who was like so freaked out to like read my writing, which like I understand it's, like, intimate, and he was like, "Oh, I wanna get to know you first," and I get that to, like, a certain extent, but then I'm also like, "But this is my art." Like, you wouldn't say that to a songwriter, to a painter, like, "Can't look at your paintings." Like,
right.
I curate it too, you know? I'm not
Yes.
just, like,
Yeah.
throwing it all my fucking dirty laundry into the world. Like, I'm writing specific things that have a message and a purpose and a point. I'm not just like, yeah, putting it all out there for no reason.
Oh, totally. It's art, yeah, and it's not like, there are, either like, also drama is part of drama is part of writing, and you don't wanna take I mean, sometimes you can write about very mundane things, and that's, like, wonderful, like, and be able to sort of turn that into something beautiful, but storyline. You go to the movies, you sort of there's like the climax and then it builds and like there's drama and you kind of
Yeah.
know that you pick the moments. So like maybe during that day, like where you have all these intense experiences, you have some time where you're hanging out with like your friends and you're chill and things or like you're having a sandwich. Like not like it's super, just very sort of like la di da. And then there are these more intense moments, but that's, as you said, you curate it.
Yeah, yeah. I write about eating sandwiches too. It's like if it's something weird happens with my sandwich.
Yeah.
But you're right about the drama thing. Like, yeah, I put out stories that are interesting, like not just the or I make the mundane interesting, but like I don't know if we want to get into some comments. There was one that and I really try not to let them bother me, but there was one recently on a story I wrote um where
Yeah.
he said, "I hope my beloved younger son won't come across another pseudo heroic drug abuse story with the rot colored 90s junky glitter sprinkled over it." And I was like, this is just a story about my life. Like, and my beloved younger son, like, what have you ever, like, turned on a television or, like, watched a movie or, like, read a book? Like, that's,
Right.
like, that's what
Right.
entertainment, like,
Wow. Wow. And
and
also,
for some
like,
reason, it, like, hurt I don't know why it hurt my feelings. I'm like, because I was thinking of, like, a beloved younger son, and I was like, "Oh, no, I don't wanna rot some beloved younger son's brain."
oh my God.
But then I'm
No.
like,
Oh
"But
my
this is just
God.
my experience that I've turned into art and entertainment so that other
Right.
people can read these things and feel less alone in the world
Right.
when they have
Right.
experiences that they maybe
Right.
would feel ashamed about otherwise."
Yeah, I mean, just literally women taking up space in this world is shamed. So,
Yeah.
like, we're automatically and then add, like, sexuality to it. Whoa, you are inviting that. So, like, not but, like, in
Yeah.
terms of we are, like, putting ourselves out there, and so just even, having that kind of, yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say, but but basically, we are women already are targets, and add sex, of course, then he's gonna try and shame you. And oh, I was gonna say, a lot of it is projection. A lot of it is people's own discomfort around a woman's sexuality or their sexuality, and so it comes at us, and that's hard to decipher whether it's
Don't you think
you
it's
know
all projection? Like, don't you
yes,
think
I do.
all of everything is projection? Like, all of how we feel, how they feel, how everyone feels about everyone else is really just a projection of what's going on within ourselves.
Yes, I do, and I think that that's what, like, art does. It transforms shame, it transforms grief, it transforms anger into something beautiful. It creates
Mhm.
alchemy.
Yeah.
And then it's like then it's the messenger that's like, "Oh, you're, like, upsetting me, and my younger son is gonna be influenced
I know, I'm
and
like, "Who is this person?"
tainted
Like,
by your" what did he say? "Glitter?" Like, your
my
like
90s glitter rot. I'm like,
yeah, like, rot? Like, wow. He must have a lot of anger towards women and
well,
women who stand in
speaking
their truth, you know?
anger towards women, I guess this story really triggered a lot of people. I
Now, which story was this one that you're talking about?
Oh, it was like a list of things that got ruined, like,
Oh, I
you know
loved that. I loved that. Yeah. I loved it. Yeah, and it was great. Like, also, rock stars got ruined. I love that. That was, like, just, like,
like,
basically
fun things that should have been fun, they
yeah,
got ruined by
by
association.
association with the rock stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, there was another one. I don't know what made me think you were appealing and engaging in any way relatable not too long ago, but I definitely fucked up there. You're exactly the kind of girl who inspires hate in me. And then he goes on to say, I won't read all of it, but he's like, "Do you ever realize do girls ever realize and acknowledge how much of their happiness and enjoyment of life is a direct outgrowth of them simply being cute, being soft, being playful, being submissive, magnetic, just being these things and being girls without having to do anything is like a great privilege," he's saying. And do girls think about that? Like, no one's going to have as much is there any sympathy for those who will never feel as much excitement or joy or satisfaction or validation in a lifetime as someone like you has probably felt in a given day or weekend of your life, and that you
Wait,
don't
wait.
actually
That
deserve it any more than a guy does?
Wait, that last part I got a little confused about. Like, he's basically saying that you have all this excitement that you don't deserve in that last part? Is that what he's
Like,
saying?
women naturally just have these, like, exciting, lives because we're, like,
They
beautiful
just
and
be.
cute, and he's like, "That's not fair, like, do you ever consider this?" Honestly, yes, I do. I do, I consider it a lot and in fact, it's, like, what my book is about, is this thing about, like, being perceived as, like, a pretty girl because people like, yes, you do have these, like, incredible privileges, but then you have men like this who just fucking resent you just for existing because they are jealous.
Right. And also, I think that some of those experiences are like a VIP door to hell.
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah,
know?
totally.
Like, literally, you're like, and yes, there are privileges, but like, women just get the short stick. It's like, wow, come on in so I can assault you. Like, and
So I
then
can
you,
control you, so
so
I
I
can
can
try to help
control you.
you.
Exactly. So I can work on your self esteem. And like, when I was thinking, like, when I was 24, I had a boyfriend who literally, he was 15 years older than me. And it's like, date someone your own age because they wouldn't deal with that kind of stuff. But he went to kiss me and stopped and said, you should really do something about the dark circles under your eyes. I was 24 years old. Then he went and he bought me under eye cream. And I was like, "Oh my god." So I tried to I mean, I forgot to use it, like, because, like, I was 24 and I, like, would but, like, I mean, I've always had, like, darker circles under my eyes since I was, like, 13, it's just, like, the nature of my. But the fact that, like, it broke his his kiss, like, it was, like, that offensive to
Yeah,
him.
he was that it was so important. He was like, "Wait, I can
And
fix you."
right, he urgently went out and got me under eye cream, and so it's like,
Do you think men are trying to, like, knock pretty women down a peg subconsciously even, maybe not even without thinking about it, just, like, constantly trying to, like, put us in our place so we don't feel too good about ourselves? Like,
I mean, I think it depends on the man,
not
like
all men, but, like, even the
no,
nice
no, no.
guys, I feel like
But
subconsciously it's, like, ingrained. And women
yeah,
too, we're
no,
always trying to knock each other down.
which is I know, and that's why, like, we have to support each other and come together and, conversations like this are so important. But yeah, I dated someone that was, not stereotypically attractive, and he would mention the way I looked. He was literally instead of feeling proud of me, he was angry at me. So, like,
Mhm.
we'd go into a room and he'd be like, "People are looking at you." And I would sort of and as though punishing me, like,
Yeah.
resenting me. And so it went from this idea of, "Oh, I wanna get the girl, put her on the pedestals," to suddenly being like, she's taking attention away from me and or some guy might, steal her from me, so it's all about him and his insecurities, and you're just like, "Wow, like, thanks," you know?
I'm just out here existing and
Right, I know. So and yeah, the whole thing too is socialization too. I mean, I remember when I was 12 and my father went into a Whole Food store. It was on Spring Street. It was this old Whole Food store with like peanut butter that you cranked out. And I was waiting outside and some guy came up to me. I was 12. Like I literally and he starts like saying, "Hey," like and I just like I didn't understand because I was literally had a kid's brain at that point, but I knew something wasn't right. And so it's like all of this predatorial behavior, you start to then the world views you in a certain way. You can't help but also absorb it, you
yeah,
know? And so suddenly, like, either you build up walls in certain ways or people tell you it's your power. And so you're like, well, I guess maybe I should try and use it, but then it doesn't go well when you use it because it's really not true power.
yeah,
And so it's like this sort of constant like thing. And then, as you said, you have guys that see you and say, like, I can't get a girl like her. So her. And,
mhm,
she's like, and then their jealousy comes out, but also it's like their entitlement and
yeah.
their sense that they deserve someone like you. And it's sorta and
Yeah,
that
there's a lot of talk about, like, deserving and not deserving and, like, what, all these, like, what do you bring to the table? High value man, high value woman. A lot of
totally.
deserving. I mean, I am of the mind that as humans, we all deserve just the very best. But
Yes.
everybody, it's not
Yes.
fair. It doesn't work out that way, but it's like fundamentally, we all are deserving of
Yes.
whatever, of all the good things.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. And I mean, maybe this is naive of me, and maybe I'm too much of an idealist, but I think that maybe someday we can get there. I mean, I know that like you know, like
Oh, Jasmine.
I do. I mean, not
I'm
like
an optimist. I'm an optimist too.
I'm
I don't
talking like, maybe in like 100 years or like 10 or like, maybe like they do talk
10 years,
spiritually.
you guys.
Yeah, in 10 years, everyone will get what they deserve.
Yeah.
Although,
You know, actually, somebody also in my comments the other day wrote, "You deserve karma." And I was laughing because I was like, I totally do. Like, I think
yeah,
I'm a good person
yes,
who's been through a lot and struggled and turned my life around and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I do deserve karma.
you
I'm getting
do.
my karma right now. Things are working out for me. Things are going really well. It does feel karmic because my pendulum swung from like super shit end of the stick to like things going well finally, but I don't think he meant it in a kind way.
No. What do you think he's referring to? The fact that you've like, partied at one point, like
Oh,
what
I
is
think he was
he?
referring to anthropology. Like men are
Oh,
really, really triggered by some men are really insecure men are really triggered by my show. I'm just gonna say it. Insecure
yes.
men. Men
I mean,
that are secure within themselves and don't and feel good about themselves love my show. They think it's hilarious. They think it's brilliant. They think it's important. But men
yes.
that are fragile little
Mhm.
babies, I'm
Yep.
sorry, they are, like, fucking triggered by it.
Yeah. No, I've seen it. Also, I commented on one of your posts. It was I can't remember which guy it was, but basically at a certain point he was saying these things and then he was like, "And I want someone to make my life easier."
Yeah,
And I was like, he kind of lost me at easier because women are in our society, like, are socialized to do the emotional labor, to almost be like, the fantasy is like the trad wife fantasy is they're doing everything sort of, for the man, in support of the man. And, I think a lot of women they don't want to just, you know, give lots of free emotional labor. I mean, like, literally, they've done studies that, like, single women are far happier than, married. I mean, obviously, these are generalizations, and I
yeah,
think
yeah,
they're very, very, and that married men are far happier if they're married than single. And I
yeah.
think a big part of that is that
Everyone needs a
women.
girlfriend and a wife.
Yes. And so, like, I think a part of it is that we are socialized to be more in touch with our emotions and I don't think men are as much. And I think it's hard for them, like, that they turn to women for that support. And I think everyone should be supporting each other, but women shouldn't be doing all of it. Women shouldn't be the therapist so when that guy said I want her to make my life easier, I was like, just hire a personal assistant. Like, what do you mean
Use
easier?
ChatGPT.
Right. ChatGPT is like $20 a month. Like, and then all of these guys start saying, well, what should he have said? I want a woman to make my life harder. Like, and like, it's like, you totally like, and then one really nice woman was like trying to be nice. And she's like, well, I think what he was saying was that, he just doesn't like, it was really sweet. Like, she was trying to be like, and
Yeah.
obviously, like, I'm not saying that a woman should make a life's man more difficult. I really do. But
Exactly, that's the other thing,
yeah,
people just miss nuance. It's just like black and
yeah,
white, it's this or that. It's like,
right.
how is everyone so, like, unable to see the fucking nuance in everything and just go straight to the jugular?
I think that when people are triggered, they go to a very animalistic part of their brain
Yeah,
where
yeah.
they can't see
Or inner
nuance.
child, which is just, like,
Yes, it
not,
triggers something.
higher self thinking.
Yeah, it triggers something deep within the inner child, something old, tapping into an old wound. And instead of coming from a place of like a centered place of thoughtfulness, they just attack like an animal or sometimes worse than animals because I love animals. But like, a starving animal or something, like a mean
Like a
animal.
scary,
A
mean animal,
scary,
a really
mean,
scary, hungry
hungry,
animal.
yeah, a scary, hungry animal that like has been ousted by like the pride and like
I
they're
love
just
that you
really
don't want to
neat.
like diss the animals.
I love the animal kingdom. And
All the
so
animals are nice. They're all good. And in 10 years, we're all going to
yeah,
get what we deserve.
yes.
Oh
Yes,
my gosh.
exactly.
So funny. Um,
Oh
yeah,
my God.
doing anthropology has really changed my
So
life.
tell me, how has it changed your I mean, honestly, I am so impressed, and I think that you ask some of the most brilliant questions, and I love how you just start off like, "What's up with men?" Like, it's an open-ended question, and then people either get really triggered, like, "What do you mean, what's up with men?" Like, they can't even form a sentence, and then other times they, like, are like, "Well, good question. Like, what is going on? Like, the things are a lot of things are going on right now." And they'll dive in. I just like sometimes you also interview like wonderful men who
Yeah,
have incredible,
I
insightful.
think there are so many good men on my page, and then, like, people are like, "I watched all her videos, and she's just doing rage bait," and I'm like, "Okay, but you didn't watch all the videos because there's so many rad dudes that are, like, yeah, really insightful, really funny, or say really, like, beautiful things," or
Yes.
just I would say most men are not offended by the
Right.
question. It's just so happens the ones that are go really, 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 really viral.
Right. Right.
And then
And I
I'm
guess you
sort of
have to
like, this is what I'm not that much of a I don't think I'm that much of a provocateur, but because all I'm doing is just like asking questions. Here, another DM here is, I wish you wake up and start asking real questions. Shame on you. I'm like, what is a real
real
question? First
question.
of all, please tell me what a real question is. Is that like a real man? Like a question is a question.
Yeah, like, like, tell me why you're so great. Please, like, tell me, like, "You're so amazing, just, can you tell me more about how amazing you are?"
Yeah,
That's a real question.
it's a real question. So
Yeah.
it's been, yeah, very interesting and life changing because suddenly I have this whole just persona of being like really controversial and polarizing, and I have angry men, just thousands of them coming for me like every day.
So how do you emotionally protect yourself? Like, I mean, that's in part what we're talking about is, like but, like, obviously, you just changed your subject to paid, so
Yeah,
that's a way to sort of right?
yeah, and I won't to make every post paid, but,
Mm,
I am having to make I realize, like, this is
the more vulnerable.
vulnerable shit that I'm writing, and I've always just given it away for free, and, like, why am I doing that? There's value in what I do. I'm
Absolutely.
I'm so glad, like, I want my writing to be read by everybody, but, like, I also have tons of stuff in the world that you don't have to pay for.
Yes.
Yeah, this is, like, my really private place, and I have built a community here, and I wanna
Right, and if someone comes in already hating you and taking, your most vulnerable words that that it's like almost like you're opening a wound and you're just saying, "Come on right in,"
Yeah,
and
yeah, like, why would I share my
why?
most vulnerable shit with everyone? Like, you should pay for it, like, people are gonna buy my book, like,
Yeah.
there's
Well,
value, and it's
Mike
my job too, so
right. Michael
someone asked if I
Moore
get
oh,
recognized in public, and yes, I get recognized in public now, and
that's awesome. How
so
does it
fun.
feel?
It's so fun, except for, now I'm a little paranoid because I have been recognized by a hater on camera,
Oh,
and so
wow.
I'm like, when people are like, "Oh, hey, I know you," I'm like, "Do you like me or do you hate me?" Are you
Right,
gonna and a
yeah.
lot of people are like, "Oh, I can't wait to see her get punched in the face," or like, I have people writing me telling me they hope I get shot and punched and raped and just all kinds of horrible things, which I'm sure any public person has to deal with that,
I
but
mean, you read me one about, like, getting like, saying, I don't even want you to be raped by me. Like I'm a Chad. I'm a Chad. You
I
need
said,
to
"I'm not
go.
a Chad.
Oh, I thought you said he
So
was a
I won't
Chad.
do the raping, but I want you to
Oh,
be raped by someone else, by a Chad, but
oh,
I'm not a
okay.
Chad." I mean, I have
Okay.
it.
I thought he was saying he's so like he's a Chad, like he's
Oh, for
and
I
then
am a Chad. You're right. He did say he's a
and
Chad.
then
What?
he wanted you and then he was being racist and he was like, I want you to go to like what like where was it? Like India or like something like that in the slums of
He
like
said, "You deserve to get raped by." I don't actually wanna say it because I don't
okay, yeah,
wanna
yeah,
say
yeah, yeah, yeah,
something
yeah. No, no, no,
racist
no,
on
no. You're right,
here.
you're right, you're right. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. It
So,
was awful. Like just
it's bad. Yeah,
awful.
there's
Really
bad,
racist, really
really bad things going on in my DMs. I know, I was like, but there's also some fun things in my DMs, so I'm
yes,
like,
yes.
I
Well,
need someone to
let's talk about
just
some of the fun things. Like
I
I
need someone else to read
recently
my DMs every week and then just
yeah.
show
Yes,
me the
right.
fun ones
Just the good ones, just the
and
good ones.
protect me from the violent ones.
Yeah. Hey, maybe at some point you'll get an assistant that does that because honestly, or maybe like ChatGPT can do that. Like, I don't know. Like maybe
I
there's
don't
like,
know if they can get in there
but
at this point, but
one thing that really was a wonderful comment that I got was when a father said that, you really, your writing really makes me feel like I can relate more to my daughter and learn more about my daughter. And it means a lot. And that just really meant so much to me because it just was like his longing to understand his daughter and his interest in that and hearing my voice and wanting to understand. Like it was really beautiful. So then there are these comments that just kind of like you hold on to, you know what I
yeah.
mean? That are really inspiring.
When I
And
first started, writing about my life publicly and I first started writing a Substack and, like, that first year that I was really, like, just starting to put myself out there, which really was just a couple years ago, I, made a folder in my phone. Would screenshot every, like, really nice message and comment I would get,
mm,
and then put it in this folder that I called, like, vision holder because people were just, like, saying such nice things about my writing or how it made them feel or how they felt less alone or how, thanking me for my honesty because they didn't, were ashamed about something, but then they saw me write about it and they felt
mm,
better, and I still go I haven't been doing that lately, but, like,
yeah.
I did it for a long time, and anytime I was, like, feeling down on myself, I'd go look at my vision holder folder. And honestly, I it really it was a good thing to do. It was really nice, and I really love it the most when women write and, like,
Yeah,
they're
I know.
being
I just a
honest.
woman just wrote to me about and it just moves you. So it's like, yeah, it's because being a writer is hard. You're sifting through your emotions and your sadness and your joy, and it's like it's clay. You're constantly sculpting with your own emotions, and to have someone say, "Hey, like." That moved me is like one of the most beautiful things that you can get, so and I have to say I'm so annoyed that like I finally figured how to save the audio messages, but like I didn't know how to do it, and you left me the most beautiful message about my writing because I was kind of down and just like, oh, I feel like sometimes I'm just going into a void, and you were just like you like I wish I could have saved that because it was honestly like, just really meant so much to me. So I just can't thank you enough.
I'll leave you more messages. I'm really a huge fan of your writing. I said
Oh,
that your work, your writing, every time I read something you write, I'm I'm often every time I'm surprised. There's something in there that makes me go like jolts me that I is so unexpected and that's just so satisfying when you're reading something to be surprised and like,
aw.
kind of awestruck, or you say something kind of, like, left of center and quirky, but deeply profound and really, really
Mm.
private. I don't know about you, like, I make a point to
You told me. I love this.
reveal something, like, and actually Jerry Stahl was talking about this too, like, if it doesn't make you like, you should be cringing, like, you should always have something in your work that makes you cringe. And so I do kind of try to, like, reveal something, not to shock, but just to, like, to to be just really, like, honest and, like, open and because it's really fun to read. That's the shit people
Yes,
wanna read.
yes, that's the
The shit I
shit.
wanna read is, like, the shit
Yes,
where you're
and
like,
there's
"Oh,
a
I can't
and
believe
there's
they admitted that."
and there's a reason why we're scared to admit it, because it's other people are scared to admit it too, and if we start admitting that, other people feel less alone, and it's like but it's like, like, the part of being a writer is like, you're like, am I gonna do this? It's not easy, you know?
Yeah,
It's
you do it and
never
then you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna
like,
get in
you're like, "Oh
trouble.
my god, yeah, like, everyone's gonna," and then it's like, "Oh,
Everyone's gonna hate me. Oh my god."
I'm still here." People
Yeah,
don't seem to hate me right now in this you
um
know?
yeah, and, like, lately, like, as, manthropology just is, like, become such a big thing, I've been and my life feels, like, kinda different and it's, like, scary and crazy in some ways or, like, out of my control. I keep being like, "Why am I doing this? Like, what is this all for? Like, why am I here?" And I'm like, the whole reason any of this started was to free myself from shame, to free others from shame, to free women from shame, and that's,
Yeah.
like, at the root of everything I do. So, like, there's more focus on, like, just, my show and what I'm wearing and all these things, but, like, really at the end of the day, like, I just wanna free women from shame.
Right, yes, and, I love the fact that we met because that's what I wanna do too,
Yeah,
it's like this it's a soul calling where
yeah,
it's like freeing women from the shame that was thrust upon us, and it's not ours,
not
and,
ours.
and that's one thing with the whole I learned about the whole thing with Harvey Weinstein is like an assault is it's not your shame, and once you speak about it, it's like the light, it's like darkness. You turn on the light, it holds no power. I mean, obviously, we're speaking in,
I mean, it does, it holds no power,
metaphors,
and
but
that's what I realized, like, if you say all the things about yourself, no one can say anything about you, which I think I took a little too far when I first started. I maybe overshare, but then but yeah, it's this thing of, like, if I just say everything and am just brutally, bluntly honest about everything about me, like, you can't hurt me with that. You can't use that to hurt me because I already said it.
yes, yes, exactly. It's just, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
true.
yeah, it's out in the light. There you go.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think too, like, what else? Maybe also on the sort of like more like on a like spiritual too. Like I think, in patriarchy, so much is, focused and on, you know, male quote unquote qualities or male energy, like, and, like assertiveness and, competition and all of these different, and that, raise like wanting to kind of also have the feminine energy be in balance and sort of like the divine feminine and the divine masculine and for within women and men, and so there's like this, and that's part, releasing the shame is part of that, you know
Mhm. Yeah, finding
that
our balance.
finding our balance and,
Everybody
having
getting what they deserve in
what
the
they
next
deserve in the
10
next 10
years.
years. Exactly. Yes. Hey, maybe it can happen. Like,
How's it gonna happen?
I don't know. Like, maybe we should all swim with the dolphins or something.
Weird, I was just thinking about dolphins. I was
Really?
like, "This is
Oh
a
my
very"
God. We should like
Yep.
telepathically. Yeah. Dolphins like came into my mind in that moment. Like,
Did you know that dolphins, like, wanna have sex with people?
yeah, I heard that they like sometimes rape
They
people.
rape people. Yeah,
Yeah. I know.
dolphin
It's,
rape is real, but then alternatively, I think sometimes humans just, like, go and have sex with dolphins,
I
which
read an article a while
I
ago
don't
about
think that's good.
a man who had a relationship with a dolphin. There was like an actual, like, this is a real article.
Yeah, and then you're like, who's taking advantage of who?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, he's in some deep water.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did you see that octopus movie?
Yes. I love that octopus
I
movie.
love it too, but I was uncomfortable with this man's relationship with the octopus because it
In
felt like he was, like, too in love. Like,
mm,
it didn't feel like a paternal love. It felt, like, romantic almost with this octopus and, like, he was, like, not engaging. He was, like, disengaged from his family so he could go have this, like,
that's
affair
yes.
in the sea with the octopus, and I just, like, I loved it, but then also something about it made me be like, "Oh, is this okay?"
Yeah. I'm trying to
And the
I haven't
octopus, I
seen
think,
it.
was, like, kind of in love with him, like,
Yeah. I mean, I fell in love with the octopus, but not in that way.
you did not wanna have sex with the
No,
octopus.
I did not. But I thought, like, it would be really fun to, like, swim with the octopus
It
and,
would be
like,
fun to, like, have an
hang
octopus
out.
friend, for
Yes.
sure. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, a platonic octopus friend.
Do we have any questions? Like, someone all I just see is, "What?"
What? Where are you going with this?
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, do we have any questions? You guys can
If
write
anyone
in if
has
you
any
have any
questions,
questions for us.
yeah.
Ask us anything. Uh,
Yeah.
huh,
Well, I
not.
guess not.
Or maybe there's some kind of a lag. Well, what are you
Yeah.
writing right now, Jasmine? What are you working on?
Well, I'm working on a piece that I actually wrote few years ago. It was about a relationship that has to do with kind of someone whose parents were Trump supporters and the sort of the tensions of someone who came from a family, a background like that, and and how he saw me, and we had met on Hinge, and um, we probably never would have connected from our backgrounds, and just sort of exploring this relationship that actually was very, you know, there really were wonderful things about it. Ultimately, we didn't align, but I think that right now, during this time with, the politics the way they are, and at the time, the idea of Trump ever winning again was just so seemingly impossible to me. Like, I
Yeah.
just but he was on to some things. Like, he had a pulse on the America that I didn't know.
Mhm.
And so that is and it also turned out to be like a very sexual relationship. And I'm nervous about writing about it. I think I told you about this
Yeah.
because it's, the art of it, like part of the intensity of the relationship was like we really worked out in bed, but like everywhere else we did like was really difficult. So it was sort of like this idea of like humans like we really want to connect, and
Mhm.
these stories that we grow up in or are, yeah, they pull us apart, and how sad that is, but also at this point of reality until 10 years from now when we all love each other.
Yeah, 10 years
But
when we have world
but
peace.
yes, and we have world peace and the
We
dolphins
all
don't rape
understand each
anymore.
other.
But I guess what I am a little bit like because my background as a sex columnist, like I was really put like a lot of sex out there, and that was my job. And at times I think I was performing and disassociating a little bit. And, then there was a whole like Me Too movement where I spoke up about, and I was now a survivor, my identity. And now it's like, I really want to be embodied. Like, I
Yeah.
really want to be integrated and embodied. And so when I write about sex, I want it to be something that isn't like for the titillation of men. But obviously, I can't help, that's, but like for me, and I even thought, and maybe this is, but of putting a disclaimer saying like you can react however you want, but for me, I'm in the process of reclaiming my body as someone that's been assaulted, as someone that, so sex for me is not just about performance or titillation. It's about reclaiming my feminine energy. It's about reclaiming my innocence.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's through sex. And so that's complicated when you're writing about it because you want to impart that. And not always is it going to be that way, but so it's for me at that right now is the releasing that into the world. And but I also am a writer and it'll happen. So, like, I think that's the next one that I am doing because I have so much writing and that I've already written and, that I'm repurposing now because things change in time and, politically and just with where we are in life. And I'm also using some of the pieces that I might use in my memoir and sort of, exploring them on Substack to kind of also get a feel and so it's exciting. It's really exciting, but it's scary. And as Jerry Stahl said, you got to squirm. And it's just hard when you write about sex when you've been sexualized your whole life. And
Well, that's
the
why I
fact,
started writing about
and
sex,
that's
I
why
think,
we write about sex
so I could
because,
take back so I could really tell it from my point of view. Because I have been sexualized my whole life and people, yeah, project on me, and then I could give a voice to,
yes,
like, what I'm feeling on the other side
yes,
of it, which honestly, like, yeah, it's not to paint me as, like, some sort of, like, anyone's bad and I'm good, like, it's just, like, a complicated, messy thing that I think is really fucking interesting and
it's really
juicy
interesting.
and
Yes.
exciting to read about and talk about and write about. And I love writing about sex because it's a huge part of my life. When I'm not having sex, it's a huge part of my life.
Yeah. Yeah. I love writing about sex too because I don't know. It's not even, it's just like, the connection and the longing to connect and just this idea of, as you said, like taking away the shame and, and exploring the taboo
Yeah.
and, um, yeah, because there's so much thrown upon you, in our society. So
And then people still think whatever they want to think. They read my work, they find it titillating, they're voyeuristic about it. It's out of my control.
right,
It
right.
doesn't really matter because, I'm just happy that anyone's reading my work. Whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody.
That's true.
That's
That's
what I
true. You
also
can't
learned from
control.
anthropology is that you create something, you have an intention for you, and then the world makes it what they want it to be. Like, I didn't make anthropology to make a big statement. I made it to be funny and to do something on the internet. And now the world has created a narrative around it that's made it this really, like, controversial, polarizing thing, but that's not me. Like, I really have been neutral and all I may have opinions, but I don't say them in the videos. I just ask questions and I
Yes.
am neutral. And even, like, a lot of these guys that get really, like, torn apart and people, like, don't like them, like, I have, like, fun interactions with them. I like them. Like, I like them as people. I'm like, "We're having a good time." Even though I don't agree with the fucking crazy shit you're saying, I still like this person and this interaction. So it's interesting because, like, the narrative is beyond our control. It just is.
Mhm.
Even if we're
Yeah.
so crystal clear about what we're doing.
Right.
Well,
Even if we wanna be embodied and put disclaimers and this and
yeah,
that, like,
yeah.
ultimately, that's just,
That's
for maybe you just need to do that once to get back into the ring. But,
yeah, you say it for yourself, and
you say it for yourself and everyone's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah,
because I
yeah, okay."
promise you, world, if you're gonna put yourself out there, you're going to be misunderstood.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, and the thing is to, like, and the other thing too is I've had people say, like, "Why is your writing so sad?" You know And I'm like, first of all, not all my writing is sad, but like, life is, I don't know. I like to think that when you take something like the bittersweet is actually delicious, like, and
No,
life,
no,
you
I've
know.
talked about that too, like, does anyone wanna oh, how did this keeps falling. Does anyone want to read, like, the story of, like, "So I'm just so happy, everything's so great, I love this.
Oh my
Today I ate
God.
this amazing sandwich, and
Oh my God. I love myself so much.
I'm having the best
Um,
fucking
oh my
day
God. Oh,
ever."
I just really am so happy. Yeah, things are amazing. And,
Well, this is
and
what is going on with Taylor Swift. Everyone's so mad at her for,
right.
like,
For
not
being,
writing, like, a
yes,
heartbreak record, like, she's fucking
right. That
happy and
she wants
everyone's
to.
like, she can't her art sucks now, so you guys, you don't wanna hear the
That's
happy
true. I
stuff.
went to a reading the other night and like it was and then there's a lot of musicians and literally every single person was like my heart like slit my wrist like it was like people just like pouring their pain out and it was beautiful but it was sort of like it's like everyone like single in here and totally traumatized like and kind of they were but it was sort of like but it was healing and beautiful and we all laughed because we understood and like it just and it was funny and it was tragic and that's life. I mean, Shakespeare knew like
Yeah.
his stuff is so funny and tragic at the same time. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
also it's
so
not about, like, writing sad things or happy things, it's just about writing, like, real
right.
shit and how you react to it and feel about it, like, even in my best this is the best time of my life, I've never been happier,
Mm,
totally honestly, but, like,
it's beautiful.
there's still plenty of turmoil
Oh
happening
yeah, and a
within
lot of
and still plenty
times
of triggers and things I'm
And a
reacting
lot of
to.
times when we're happy and we're not used to it, and we're used to maybe things in the past, like being
Yeah,
good and then taken away, it creates a lot of fear. So then you're all of a sudden you have to kind of calm yourself and say, no, this is not a repeat. Like I've earned this, I have this. So it's like, it's always constantly,
but do
talking to
I
yourself.
deserve my happiness, Jazz?
You deserve
Do
it.
I
You deserve
deserve
it
it, or
now.
did I
You
just get it handed to me?
No, you deserve it, and in 10 years, you'll deserve it as well, even more. But no, you really do. I mean, you've worked on yourself, and
Yeah,
you've lived, and you put your heart out there, and I just think that you really do deserve it. Like,
thank
yeah,
you.
you really, really do.
We all do. Maybe
We
we
do.
all find our happiness,
Yeah,
and maybe
yeah,
we all get what we want so we can be incredibly triggered by
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Or do you think I feel like when people don't get what they want, maybe they're triggered.
Well, I
Or what do
will
you think?
say, like, I'm really triggered by getting what I want because I just have never
Mm,
been in that place, and it is that
yes.
fear of, like, now I have things to lose.
Right,
Uh,
right, right, right. Or like, oh my God, I'm busy and do I have the energy for this? Or like that sometimes, like, am I gonna have time for a nap? Like to
I mean,
recharge,
I don't have any time for anything.
Right.
I'm just like, I'm
Yeah.
just
I don't actually, but like,
live on
am I
cold
gonna,
medicine, and it's great.
right. Yeah, exactly.
Mm,
But,
but
but
yeah,
yeah.
getting what you want is sometimes, yeah, weirdly
So I wrote a piece
hard.
about like what you've done is I wrote a piece like probably in 2018 or 2017 for the Observer about happiness and I was engaged and how I felt like I was afraid of happiness and like
Mhm.
there was so much anxiety like I felt like oh my god I had sold the rights to my show I was engaged all these things and I was terrified but the difference is I actually think that what I was afraid of was not so much success, but that I was marrying someone that was wrong for me.
Yeah.
And that was causing me a lot of anxiety. And so I wasn't entirely in touch with
You
what
weren't
I was
being
afraid of.
totally honest with
Y-
yourself.
Yes, I was deluding myself. I thought like I was afraid of love, but I was actually, my intuition was picking up on something that was not good for me and was not meant for me. So I think, this success doesn't have to do with the guy, doesn't have to like you built this. This is like from the ground up. You built this. This is not built on sand. You did this. So it's sturdy. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like I have lost everything several times over. I have lost it all. I have like my whole life rugs pulled out left and fucking right. But yeah, I will say this is the first thing that does feel more stable because I've built it completely on my own without, of course, obviously I had people helping and supporting me, but I have built this basically just from like writing on my Substack like regularly. And I've built this whole thing that is built around me. Whereas in the past, yeah, it's definitely been
Well,
attached
it
to
has
like
to do with
a
your
guy
voice.
or like
Right. It's your
a
voice. It's
job or
right.
someone else,
Right.
like a celebrity, someone else
Right.
sort of being in charge. This is my own
Right.
thing.
There was a line that I wrote recently about how proximity to power doesn't strengthen you, it weakens you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that we're taught as women that like knight in shining armor is going to come save us. He's going to be powerful
Totally.
and he's going to make everything okay. And we're going to ride off into the sunset. And, but the truth is that we need to be in our own power. And and ultimately, I do think that two people can be together and really have an amazing relationship, but they both should
They both need
be
to
to a,
be in their power. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I
kings,
really
kings and queen, king and queen energy.
have always been so happy to give my power away because it's
Too.
like, I'm like, I don't know what to do with all this. Oh my God, here, you take it. And I'll just look to
Yeah.
you for the answers because you're a man. And I was taught that that's what I'm
Right.
supposed to do. This is the first time I've been like, try like I notice when I start to like give my power
Mm,
or give something power outside of myself that doesn't
mm,
need
yeah.
it. And
I think sometimes like power is like a hot potato. Like for me,
yeah.
like I'm just like,
Yes, it is. It
you
is. It's
know?
like, oh, this is really I don't know what to do with
So
all
it's
this.
like, yeah. So, maybe like you have to like
Power
so
is a hot potato. That is a line.
so like, yeah, we need to, we have to learn to, have a plate and, not catch it necessarily with our hands.
Yeah, I put on some oven mitts.
Gloves, oven mitts, understand that this is,
Maybe
yeah.
get a basket,
Yes.
a potato basket.
A potato basket.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, I love it. I
So
mean, I guess, we've been talking for an hour, so maybe
I
we
love it.
should, like,
Yeah.
think
Wind
of
it
everyone's
up, but
time.
I just feel like, yes, we have like I just love talking to you, and I
I
feel like
love
we have
talking.
so much that we're in common that we're exploring, and that like together, like we bounce it off, and it's like yes, and it's like oh yes, me too, yeah. Like it kind of is like almost like a mirror in some way where you're just like oh this is so awesome,
Yeah, and, us girls gotta stick together, and I just love all the women in my life so much. I just look up
Mm.
to you and all of
Oh, I look up to you.
incredible women that I just went live with Liz Plank the other day. She's so brilliant. I
Amazing. I love
just
her.
love my
Oh, I
girls.
can't wait to see
And
that.
I
I can't
love
wait to watch that.
being able to have, public important conversations about things that are really important to us as women,
Yeah.
in public.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
great.
All right,
Oh, it's
honey.
so wonderful.
Well,
Mwah.
so good to see you. Thank
So
you
good to
all
see
for
you.
joining,
Thank
and
you,
so
everyone.
good to see all of you, and happy Sunday. Bye.
Bye.